and Dwayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Curry, way downtown. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
I mean, we don't get the numbers on his contract, but the length is certainly crazy long. Like, which coaches do you really trust to be around for 5 years with your franchise? Like, from now, who do you? I mean, I think the list. It's in the West. There's not even very many coaches. I think Terry Stotts is staying with Portland for a while. I think the same thing with Quinn Snyder and Mike Malone. But if the Nuggets keep underperforming, Mike Malone could be gone. So.
Yeah.
There's so little. There's such a short a list of coaches that I really think 5 years in the future they're still going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like Brad Stevens, I'd say would still be there. Nick Nurse should still be there, but that's like top tier coaches. That's like the best of the best coaches. Which
and I mean, they have successful teams right now that they can keep going on.
Exactly. And the Knicks do not have the same success.
Only coach that I would have to say would probably have go on for maybe 5 more years if he doesn't retire, and they're probably going into rebuilding right now is Popovich. But that's it.
I mean, I think Popovich is gone after this year or after next year. And
as in retiring?
I have to say the Spurs have one of the least least desirable coaching jobs right now, I think.
Who?
The Spurs.
Yeah.
There's no real talent on that roster that you can say, yeah, I trust this guy to be something moving forward. I mean, I like DeJounte Murray. I think he's a starting point guard. I don't think he's a star. I like Derek White. I think he's a sixth man. I don't think he's a star. Same thing with Bryn Forbes. I think he's a bench spark plug, but I don't think he's anything special. Lonnie Walker, I believe in more than most, but even then, I think in his best case scenario, he's like a low tier star. So not someone you want to pay the max, but someone who can come in and give you 20 and do some good stuff, but isn't going to be anything great.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's really no real talent on the Spurs that interests me at all. So that's certainly my worry.
Yeah. But aside from that, I mean, I guess with Tibbs, we'll see how the 5 years pan out.
Yeah.
Once a Nick, always a Nick, right?
Huh?
Once a Nick, always a Nick. I can't switch now.
Yeah, you're absolutely stuck with them.
Though I will say they did conduct interviews with assistant coaches. They interviewed, I think, Ime Udoka from Philly and
you like
Pat.
him, right? You like Ime Udoka?
Yeah, wasn't he before he went to Philadelphia? He was assistant for Popovich, no?
I think so.
And then I remember Pat Delaney was someone that they were looking at for head coaching job, but I don't think they were going to get him if they already had big names like Tibbs and Atkinson.
Yeah. I think Atkinson would have been such a better choice. And I'm probably never going to get over that just because I think Atkinson is an incredibly good coach. But who knows? Who knows? I mean, look, with the Knicks, you need some sort of consistency going forward. In the past, 4 years, you've had 3 head coaches. You had Mike Miller, David Fizdale, and Jeff Hornacek, right?
So yeah, that's like hires, yeah.
Yeah, that's 3 coaches that all aren't that good, that have only gotten a year and a half to try anything.
Do you want to bring in Derek Fisher on that list too, or no?
No. Derek Fisher is just a bad coach. He's just not good, and that's all I can say about that. Because he name me one thing Derek Fisher coaches well. In terms of parts of the game. Is he a good motivational speaker? No. I mean, what did D Fish do well as a coach? Nothing.
I don't know. Every time I watch the game, at least for those 2 years that he was coach, He just looked like he was like dumbfounded and didn't know what to do.
Yeah, he was
on the sideline.
confused all the time.
Phil Jackson just gave him a playbook and was like, "Look, just call these out and you'll be fine."
Phil Jackson tried to make him the second Zen master, and instead he was just like, I don't know. What's a funny joke I can make here? He wasn't the Zen master. He was trash. Ha. Anyway, Kevin, what do you think is the path for the Knicks moving forward with the Tibbs hiring? Like you first of all, you said you weren't sure about the signing. Like you don't like the length.
I mean, I just because thing is like I kind of wanted like a coach with maybe like a little bit like
Development.
yeah. So I thought that's why Atkinson might have been a good fit. Like if you gave me Atkinson for like I guess like I don't know about 5 years because I think just like saying 5 years that's like a really long time. That's like you're
Well,
like
the
that's
NBA
like
5 years ago was insanely different. Like we've all seen those images of like the NBA in 2015, and it's like Blake on the Clippers and Paul George on the Thunder and LeBron still on the Cavs and all of that.
yeah. But I mean, it's I guess I mean I can agree with you there that it's good for consistency, which is something we haven't really been known for like the past decade now. But hey, look, if they want to give 5 years to Tibbs, I'll work with it. I agree with you there. Where like we actually might need like an offensive star, so I can now see why maybe D-Book would probably be a good idea to go for.
I mean, the price on Oladipo would probably be way lower than Booker, but Booker would certainly be more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to go like rebuild, they probably should go for like a young star that like can work up with the team. Oladipo is now what 28, 29?
Something like that. Let me look it up.
Yeah, so and he's also still coming off the injury. I mean, he's looking decent.
Oladipo is 28.
Okay, 28, and he's like looking decent, but I don't know if he's still going to be able to fully recover from,
Yeah, and even then, the price for Oladipo will probably be higher than what you really get from Oladipo for 1 year.
Yeah.
Like, would you give up that top, whatever it's going to be, like top 7 pick that the Knicks are going to have for Oladipo? I mean, Oladipo would certainly be better than any player in this draft, most likely. So.
I just say like if we're gonna go for like let's say a star or like an up and coming or like a could be potential star, I'd rather have it be young than just try to go for like an old or like in their prime star.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. Or like if you want to get someone who's like coming into their prime and like you think could be like a good leader for everyone else, maybe like a good leader for RJ.
Like an example, a mentor.
Yeah, I mean, if they really have to bring in like let's say Chris Paul, even though that contract is.
I'm here with Jessica Vanessa, and I'm here with Chris Paul.
Yeah, but if they want to bring him in as a mentor for like a couple years, I wouldn't mind it. I guess now.
I would absolutely mind it.
That'd be cool.
It takes you out of the summer of 2021 entirely.
Yeah. But we'll see. All the luck to Tibbs, I guess, now. I'll be rooting for him. Unless he does something dumb.
Will you be rooting for him?
Unless he does something dumb. I'll have to, like, again, I'm neutral right now. Because it's still my team. If he's going to be part of the team, I'll have to accept him. Huh. And hopefully I can be super positive about him.
I mean, there is a world where this works out.
There is, but after so long going like suffering and stuff.
It's been 87 years.
It's been more or less. Which yeah. I can't speak for the people who've been waiting for like 20, 30 years, but
you're 20 years old. You've been waiting 20 years.
Well, I mean, that wasn't like I'm not going to talk about the coincidences that like, I've been a Knicks fan since birth, even though I am. But, if you want to realistically look at it, I was a Knicks fan since I was 7, so I guess 13 years. I realized it when I was at a young age.
You made a mistake when you were at a young age.
I'm telling you, I was born into it.